My name's Baptiste. I'm a saxophonist, composer and arranger. I'm here at City Hall, London, as I prepare for an evening concert of my latest work, Let Freedom Ring, a piece commemorating the life, work, principles and philosophy of Dr. Martin Luther King.
We create what time will frame, and the beautiful dream shaped and realized by a beautiful mind is one of the greatest gifts that we can make to
Now more than ever, the principles that Dr. King was talking about, freedom, justice and equality for everybody, are as important as they were then. And to bring those ideas 40 years on was really the thing that inspired me to write Let Freedom Ring. I first heard the words of Dr. Martin Luther King in the mid-80s on the B-side of a record by Stevie Wonder, around the time when there was a campaign to have a national holiday for Dr. King. At that time, I don't think I really understood what those words were really about, only that there was something to do with freedom, justice, equality and struggle, but beyond that there wasn't really any true understanding, as I was probably only about 10 or 11. But I knew that there was something about that piece of work that I wanted to revisit. As a composer, I always write for specific musicians, and the idea of Let Freedom Ring really was to reflect an international group of musicians as well as musicians of great stature. So I tried to draw on musicians whose backgrounds were very, very diverse. So for instance, I have two musicians from the United States, Rod Youngs and Abraham Wilson, on drums and trumpet respectively. Also I have a violinist, a great violinist, Omar Puente from Cuba. From the African continent I have Jenny Adejayan. She plays cello. From Europe, I have two musicians, Trevor Myers and Andrew McCormack on trombone and piano, respectively. There are also musicians of Caribbean origin on the record. Mr. Gary Crosby on double bass, Nathaniel Facey on alto saxophone, Jason Yard. Playing guitar is Giorgio Serci. And on percussion, Satin Singh. To be able to represent the speech, I felt that I needed something more to bring the audience closer to what I was trying to say, because music sometimes can be a bit of an abstract. So to have a very large screen at the back of the concert hall showing people really what's going on around them now seemed a really good way to help people understand what the idea and the concept of the music was. Yeast is an organisation that make protest films, they make films about globalisation and all of those areas which are being exploited, if you like, in the world today. They seem like a perfect partner to have on board for this piece of work, as we're thinking very much in similar lines. The images that have been chosen are from the last 40 years up until the present day, from every continent and every country in the world, where freedom, justice and equality are things that people are still fighting for. Many of the images are disturbing, some are surprising, some are funny, some are very sad. But the idea of having these images really is to add another dimension, if you like, to the music.
color, creed, education, class, gender, education.
Ben Okri, what a great writer, from Nigeria. I've read a couple of his books and I thought he'd be the perfect person to have on the record, if you like, the narrator for 40 years later.
From now on.
Having heard the work, he was very happy and very pleased to be involved in a piece of work commemorating Dr. King.
Through great dreaming, great loving, and masterly application.
Let Freedom Ring is basically a suite. It's broken down into 4 parts in a similar way to the way that the speech is structured. The first part is I Have a Dream, and that piece is really about the dream of freedom that people have all across the world. First of all, there has to be an idea and a dream so that we can move forward into making some kind of action so that freedom can start, or the search or the quest for freedom can begin. The second part is with this faith. Dr. King's moral centre was the church, the Southern Baptist Church, and this part is really to reflect the need for a moral centre for us to be able to move forward, and if you like, the gathering of people together for a cause. And what better rallying force than the church itself? Dr. King used that to great effect to rally people, and also the ethos of the church in that protest doesn't have to be something which is violent. His whole idea was about non-violent protest and about not conforming, if you like, to a system that was unjust. The third part of the piece is Let Freedom Ring, and this really represents the section of the process where struggle has to begin. Where the actual battle for freedom itself begins, because freedom is never something which is given away, it's something that has to be won. The final part of the piece is Free at Last. And this is a piece which is not really to say that freedom has already been won, but I suppose it's a hypothetical state that we'd hope to get to think of it as an affirmation that if we believe that we're free and if we sort of try to see the world as free, each one of us can make a difference by seeing that ideal that everybody has a right to be free.